Hi, welcome back to Messmas. My name is hautemesstom and thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new here, Messmas is a month-long project where I try to use every item of makeup in my collection before 2022. Every time I use something in my makeup collection, I put it in a bin and I can't use it again until I've used up everything in that category. So for example, I have an eyeshadow palette in my hand. I would not be able to use this eyeshadow palette again until I have cycled through all of my eyeshadows. We're pretty far along in the project if you're new here, so you might be a little bit lost. My channel is also very focused on loving my collection as it is, my makeup collection as it is, and being very critical of new makeup releases, but also trying to be critical of my own collection because I have an abundance of makeup, and a feature of my channel, I would like to also be able to review things and do so and be able to bring in new things and love new things, but in moderation and at a pace that makes sense for me as a makeup consumer. I would love to have you subscribe if that sounds good to you, and don't forget that we appreciate likes on this channel. First things first, I nicked my mole while I was shaving my eyebrows today. I apologize. That's why I put a content warning at the beginning of this video, not to gross anyone out, but like, hopefully no more blood. Like I said, if you're new here, and we're pretty far along, basically, the only categories I have yet to finish and cycle through more than once are my eyeshadows, which I'm gonna have to double up on some eyeshadow palettes, and highlighters, but I only have a couple highlighters left, so that is promising. Today, we're gonna keep it really easy breezy. If you wanna follow me on Instagram, you can do so at the link tree in my description box of this video. I have been posting palettes for people to choose between, and yesterday's winner was this palette. This is the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity Luxe Quad Interstellar Icon Eyeshadow Quad. This is what this looks like. I'm just gonna swatch them back at my hand. I've used this like once, I think. This I actually got in gratis at Sephora, so that's how it got brought into my collection. So we're looking at very sparkly. I don't know what I want to do because I feel like the only thing you can do is use that burgundy and then one of the other shades. I don't know what you're thinking over there, but that's how it looks like to me. And maybe use this one as like the inner corner. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about this, but I truly wish that my face was not bleeding as well. Messmas, living up to her name. I do think I want to use that blue. So burgundy in the crease, blue on the lid, this sparkly shade on the outside. This quad's very pretty. And I got to pick it in gratis. One of the last things I got in gratis, but I think I picked it out my very last day of work at Sephora. Like I said, we're keeping it easy and breezy today. I'm not wearing this makeup for very long. I literally am going to take it off right after this video, work out, and then I'm having dinner with my parents tonight. I think tonight we're celebrating Christmas. As I record it, it is the 19th. You're going to be seeing this on the 21st. This is when I'll be uploading it. Wow. A lot of glitter. Not a problem for me, as you can tell. I still have glitter on my face from last night. Let me try to get to getting here because we're on a time crunch. Not a time crunch, but like, I also changed the lighting over here. I think it's gonna work a little bit better for recording, but I also think it's gonna be a little hindering for me as I put on makeup because I feel like I'm not blowing out the screen as much, which is something that has really been bothering me as I've been editing. That is one thing that's nice about like posting a video every day and kind of like also editing videos every day is that I really am starting to picking up things faster because I'm seeing it more. Because I feel like you can definitely see the imperfections in my skin a lot better. Like, I don't think my skin looks bad. I think I have very nice skin, to be quite honest. But like, obviously no one's skin is perfect. There are gonna still be imperfections. You can see my redness. If you're new here, basically anything that I've already talked about in this project, we kind of breeze past. And then there's also steps that I do in every video that I really don't talk about. So I prime my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. I set it with the translucent setting powder from Laura Mercier, and then I will set my face with the Laura Mercier setting powder and my under eyes with the Chantikai blurring powder, and then I do a little bit more blurring powder on my cheeks and my forehead. So we skip through all of those parts whenever they come. Hopefully this isn't your first video with me. Hopefully you trust me enough to know that it's not normal for me to just be bleeding during one of these films. During one of these films. I'm gonna prime my eyes. So yesterday the party was so fun. Last night the party was so fun. I will say I think my days of like drinking at parties past 2 drinks is over. I don't drink often. Typically when I do, I love a well-crafted cocktail. I think that's well documented on my channel that I really love a cocktail. Last night was really fun. Everything was great. All the people were great. However, this morning I woke up. Well, I did leave my phone there, but it wasn't like in a drunken mess. It was just like a forgetful little moan. However, this morning I woke up just completely depressed. Like completely not, just did not feel, it's like, it's not even like, I definitely had like a little bit of a like headache hangover situation happening for myself when I woke up this morning. But that, I mean, that's like very much like the consequences of my own actions. That was fine. Me replaying every single thing in my head from the night before to like on purpose to try to find the things that I did wrong. I know I shouldn't put makeup over top of this. We're just gonna have to like let that pass today. Let that come to pass. I do think that I just am gonna do this and then that and then that. This shade's really pretty. I honestly, when this quad was picked by Instagram, I thought this is very likely gonna be something that I declutter, but we'll play with it first because I do like this color story. I love the convenience of a quad, not as like someone who travels with makeup, but as someone who, I love when a color story is kind of decided for me. It's like, here's a very strict limitation of what you can do. Now make it work. Like I love that. I'm going to take a very small blending brush, very teeny. I'm gonna take my color switch and switch it off. And I'm gonna try to do a little bit of like, not graphic, but like a shape. A little bit of a shape. I'm gonna try to, if I ever get like a gush of blood going down because like something just happened where like a lot of blood just moved, I'm gonna try to edit that out so you guys don't have to look at it. But I feel like this is one of those things that would get like demonetized if I was a monetized channel. They'd be like, the heavy use of blood. I think that's pretty good for that. I'm gonna take a shader brush to use the blue shade because I just don't want to use my fingers. I just don't want, just like, you know, for once in my life, don't want like glitter all over me. Not that I'm tired of glitter. I don't want anyone to get upset or nervous. I do want the full impact of this. I am gonna go in with my finger. If I was wearing this for any longer period of time, I would have used glitter glue for this part. Yeah, I'm not decluttering this. This palette, this quad is staying. You know, I have a lot of Pat McGrath palettes, but this is really giving that as I'm putting it on right now for you, it's really giving me that feeling that I'm like doing a Pat McGrath leveled makeup look. Look at that shine. Look at that shine. Well, we got some fallout. I am someone who's not concerned about fallout, so that doesn't bother me because the blue on the lids is just, it's so stunning. I don't know if this will work, but I do kind of want to deepen right there. I'm gonna take that deeper shade with all the glitter and just press it in. Because you know I've been loving a shimmer in my outer V. When next time I use this palette, I will just pull out a glitter glue no matter how much I wear it because there was quite a bit of fallout. I'm gonna line my eyes. I haven't used this yet. I had intentions of doing like a graphic liner, but this is the Bliss Blue eyeliner from Pat McGrath. I'm just gonna do like lash line and waterline. So now I'm gonna move on to some complexion stuff. I'm not gonna go over here. For primer today, we've already used this one. It's the Pat McGrath one. We're just giving her another go. See how she does with today's foundation. To quickly recap my thoughts on this, I think it is a nice primer, but I don't think it does enough. So I'm planning on finishing it in the new year. I have some plans for like shorter, less intensive, like month-long projects that will like will rotate things in and out throughout the year. That's the plan. I just look at all the glitter on my face. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Glossier Skin Tint. This might be the end. Oh my god. Oh my god, if we pan something today, can you imagine? Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna apply it with a brush, which is weird. I already have so much glitter. I'm so tired of, I don't want to push glitter around my face anymore. So I'm just gonna use a very fluffy foundation brush. I don't think it's, or if I did use a brush with this skin tint, I like don't remember if I enjoyed that. I've used this skin tint during this project. I really like it. I really like it. It's something that I would consider repurchasing. It's not something that I feel like I need to like, you know, go repurchase right now. I really kind of want it to like puffer out while we're doing this today, but I don't know that I'm gonna get that wish. This lighting is making me look very glowy. Well, I am looking more glowy than usual, but like the skin tint is very, well, it's glossy. So I guess that's like the point. I squirted a little bit extra out, so I'm just gonna work that into the skin. Doesn't really matter. It's just the Glossier skin tint does layer pretty well, but like if you're planning on, like if you want to buy it to layer, I don't think that's the move. I would just buy something with more coverage. I like this coverage. Actually, also I really liked applying this with this brush, and I understand that Glossier is kind of like designed to like not have to have that function. I'm looking Katie Jane Hughes skin, which to me is like, that's a little too glossy. Like that's a little bit too glossy, but we didn't kick it. We're close though, because when I was shaking it, it wasn't really making a noise. So probably in the next couple uses of that, it'll be like something on the very forefront of my mind going into next year. I'm gonna use the NARS Radiant Concealer, just a dab will do ya under the eyes for a little bit more, I'm gonna use a brush today. Okay, I have a question for you all. Last night they played a game. I didn't because I'm 31. I also drinking games and drinking culture is like not my gig. Like I didn't do that a lot whenever I was in college, so it's like not something that I'm like accustomed to being around or wanting to do. Like I won't play beer pong. I think it lasts too long. I get very bored. I don't mind like watching and like cheerleading and like being near it, but I'm not gonna play it because it takes too long. Like I got bored, you know, I get bored watching people play it, so I mostly just am there for a few minutes and then I like move along. I don't know, it involves a pizza box. Maybe that, what pizza board, pizza, anyway. So let me know if you've ever played this game before. They got a pizza box that like we weren't using, and they threw I think you typically use coins, but we were using bottle caps because the coins were like bouncing around too much. I'm gonna do my powdering process while I continue to talk here. You throw like 2 coins up in the air, and maybe this game, you know how like drinking games have like multiple names depending on like what part of the country you're from? I think this might be one of those things. So we took a pizza box, you threw 2 coins in the air. Wherever the coins landed, you drew like a circle. You picked one of the coins. You drew a circle around that coin, and inside that you wrote like a rule or a dare or a thing. And again, keep in mind that like I am 30, so none of that sounded like anything I'd want to do. And so as the game goes on, so if one of your things lands in one of the dares or one of the rules, you have to like do it. You have to like participate in that. And if your coin doesn't land in one of the circles that has a rule in it, then what you do is you write a new rule around one of your ones that didn't land in a circle. And then like, obviously as the game goes on, there's like less and less chance for you the chance to not have to do a dare. God, I feel like I'm explaining this so poorly. In editing, I'm probably gonna have to like chime in and be like, so I don't know what was going on with me. I could not talk. Actually, my skin looks really good. I did a quick Google search and I did find rules for this game online. So if you are interested in this, it's in the description box below because I did not describe that game well. All right, so we were looking way too wet for me. So glad we have gotten the shine down. And then I'm gonna contour real quick. Yeah, they played that and I was like, I'm not doing that. And luckily I have a lovely little friend group who did not try to pressure me into playing, which I was very grateful for. So, you know, it's great because, you know, these people were like newer to me and I don't know, I really liked it. I had a great time. I was like, this is a really casual look. Like I was like thinking that to myself, like this is so casual, like this is really like gonna be easy breezy. For bronzer today, I'm just gonna be using the Hourglass. I use the shade Diffused Bronze Light. This has been through the project multiple times, so I think we're all caught up. And if you are new here and you wanted to like get caught up, you like enjoyed this concept, I'm gonna say like the further we get, like the less interesting it gets, only because you know, there's less to say. Will this video still be like 25 minutes long? Probably. You're probably like, this is shorter? Well, yeah, it is. For me, yeah, it is. I brought this back out. We just used this the other day. This is the Chantikai Bliss Butterfly blush. I wanted to give it one more go and see if it shows up any better. I have like less going on my cheeks today, so I think that we'll be able to see it. We're gonna try it again. And I thought today, because of the blue, you know, I just thought we would get a better look at it. We can see it today. It is pretty. Now that there's not as much going on my face, I think we can really take a good look at it. All right, there we go. So this is what the Butterfly Bliss, I would say if you have a skin tone even a skosh, like a skosh deeper than me, this is not going to show up on you. And that's a problem with Chantikai's brand in general. It's been pointed out to them. They said they were going to do better, but like, I don't know that I've been seeing it. They should really expand the shade ranges of all of their stuff. Because like Hourglass, I believe that Chantikai is a very beautiful product and there are people willing to buy it at this price point. Like, let's, you know. This is my final Rare Light Luminizer for the project. It's Linares. It is a beautiful like duochrome space alien blue highlight shift. This was my first Ritual de Fille highlighter. I bought it from a local makeup shop called The Gilded Girl. And oopsies. Oh no, I went right on top of it. I hope it doesn't start bleeding again. I feel like I just got it to like clot up a little bit. As we continue to go, definitely need glitter glue. Definitely need glitter glue for these eyes, because the fallout is really happening here. Like I have more blue fallout under this eye. I don't feel like I need to say it if you've been following along, but the Rare Light Luminizers are very beautiful. They come in a plethora of colors. They're not all like this space agey, but they're very impactful. They look really good. They really are it. So I had fun playing with this today. I'm gonna spray my face and come back with mascara on, and we'll do a lip. Because, spoiler alert, it's my final gloss. Bye. Okay, be back. I'm back. Today we're going to be using Paraphernalia from Pat McGrath. It's a beautiful gloss. It's like a pink gloss. It has like blue and purple sparkles in it. It's very beautiful. This one's, I don't have much left in this one. I bought this a couple summers ago, summer of 2019. And like a month or so ago, I panned the other one I bought whenever I bought this one. As far as glosses go, this will be like a focus for me in the new year. Wow, it looks really vibrant on camera. I don't think it's not that vibrant in real life. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see the skin. So the coverage of Glossier, all of the glitter. The eye though, this is really pretty. I really like this. I don't know, I think I need to start when I think about these more as singles or like things I want to pull out with like my Hindash palette or when I'm using my Viseart palette, because they're very beautiful, but I don't know that I want to use them all together like this. But maybe I do. Then on the cheek, highlight. The highlight kind of took over the blush, so, but we at least got to see it today. Skin looks really good. You know, I did use the Glossier skin tint, so the under eyes look all right. A little dry. But I was like telling a story while I was powdering, which, you know, I ended up powdering more because of that. Paraphernalia. Now is the time in the video where I reflect on everything that I used today, talk about my experience with it. The quad from Pat McGrath, gorgeous. I honestly, whenever I picked it up, whenever this was what was voted on to use, I was like, it's definitely gonna get declared. But I actually really, having used it, I really liked it. It also could still get decluttered. Who knows? Who knows at this point? But I do want to spend some more time with it. I don't think our time is done because I really want to give this shade like some time in the sun. Yeah, I really do. But I will say glitter glue next time, 100%. Doesn't matter if I'm only gonna wear it for 5 minutes, glitter glue. I'm glad I got to play with this today. The Pat McGrath primer, I still feel about it as I've kind of always felt about it. Like it's totally fine, totally a nice primer. I think it does do something for the skin. I don't really care for the smell of it. It's like not the most potent smell, but it's also definitely a smell. Not a rave review, you know, but I do think that we can make the time and space to use it up in 2022. The blue eyeliner really did not get to shine too much today, but it's beautiful. It works. I like the shade a lot. I'm gonna swatch it for you just so you can see it. I picked it because of the blue. I think that makes sense, you know, the blue and the palette, so I thought it would go, and it did. I'm not the most picky about eyeliners, to be quite honest with you. I don't really have super watery eyes. Most work, but I have come across some that I was like, this is not it. Anyway, moving right along. I love the Glossier skin tint. I mean, if you like a glossy skin, you saw how glossy my skin looked before I powdered. Like, this did some quality glow. I like the coverage of it. I know it's not that much. I know that's not a lot, but I actually really liked applying it with this brush. And I really like the coverage of it. I might buy this again. Also, if you ever did want to try something from Glossier and you've never bought from them, I do have like a referral link in my links down below. No pressure to use that, but you would get, I think, 10% off, and then I get store credit. It's like something anyone can do, but I do put that down there because I have talked about this a few times, and I just figured might as well just put it down in the links. Again, no pressure to use that link, just letting you know that it's down there. The NARS concealer, it continues to just be like, it's fine, it's fine. I definitely think I can pan this. I don't know, we'll have to see. It's gonna kind of like live in a purgatory situation. We're gonna see how many times I like pick it, because I don't know how often that's gonna be. And if I realize that now with my new mindset about my collection, if I'm not picking it, then it's gotta go. But for right now, she can live. I do think my under eyes look really good. I think I powdered a little too much, but they don't look even like the worst they've looked in this project. They're looking a little, I also am a little worse for wear. I'm like dehydrated. I partied last night. I didn't sleep that well. So I don't think I looked terrible, but I do think that like we were fighting a little bit of an uphill battle today with concealer needs. It's fine. I love the Hourglass bronzer. It's one of my favorite bronzers. I think we finally really got to see the Chantikai Bliss Butterfly cheek today. So I'm glad we got to see it. I wanted to really show you, I wanted you to know that one, it does show up, and then like two, it is really beautiful, but it also has a very specific time and place, which is why I wanted to use it with Glossier and like a little bit lighter of a situation going on my face. So I'm glad we got to use it today, and I could show you a better representation of what it could look like. However, I do think this is something that still could get decluttered, because I have this in Euphoric Fusion from Hourglass, and I think they look very similar, but we're gonna have to put that to the test in another video. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I really like Ritual Defeat highlighters. This one is a very specific highlighter, but it looks good today. I don't think I would have used this with today's look, but I also wanted to use it because I don't think I have another palette coming up that would be better for it, and I didn't want to find myself stuck in a situation where I was in a worse situation. So, but it also kind of goes, you know, with all of the sparkles on my face, like having this like galactic radiance to myself is fine. And I like the Pat McGrath glosses. This is one of my favorite shades. I often get compliments on this shade whenever I wear it. Like, it's like, it's both subtle but also enough, right? Where someone's like, oh, that's very intriguing. So I've been asked about it a lot when I wear it out. And I'm saying that like pre-mask times. Also, it's like, it's been around like my stickers coming off the bottom. Like we've been around. We've been around. So this is something that I do at the beginning of next year. We'll start. I'm not going to officially call it panning, but like paying closer attention to. There are plans up here. I started talking, I've written out a script for my budget, and I made a spreadsheet for my budget. So there's stuff coming down the pipeline. So there will be a budget. We're doing a budget next year. I don't know that's going to be like a focal point of my channel. It'll be like something we touch on sometimes. I'm going to keep you posted about my budget, like when I'm buying things and et cetera, et cetera. I'm looking forward to the budgeting. I am looking forward to being able to buy some beauty again. I just don't know what's going to happen the first couple months, but we'll see. I think, oddly enough, I'm going to say this, and if you've been around and you watched like me talk about lip products, there are some lip products, and I think that's going to be a priority. What I've kind of learned throughout this project, just a real quick aside, and we'll talk about it more in my recap video about doing this project in whole, is that there's a lot of room for growth in my lip collection, even though I feel like I still have a lot of lip product. I don't have any like grungy, gragey stuff, and I really like that kind of lip, so it's interesting that I don't have that in my collection, because that's really kind of the vibe. That's like what I want. That's what I want to be. So I think what will happen in the year, we'll we'll find some deeper ones, find some lighter ones. I'll try a couple different formulas is what I'm thinking, but we'll see. But yes, paraphernalia, had a great time. We were good. We're good. That wraps up today's video. I'm gonna check my drawers real quick. So we have 3 lip products left to get through. So that's exciting. And then I think 3 highlighters, only 3 highlighters. And then I still have a plethora of eyeshadow palettes to get through. I think what I'm gonna do on my Instagram over the next couple of days, again, that's in my link tree down below if you wanna partake in these and vote on these. I think I'm gonna have people vote on highlighters the next couple of days, or like lipsticks, and then like pick my eyeshadow palette based on that vote, as opposed to the eyeshadows, because if everyone picks an eyeshadow palette that I don't have like a lip color that I wanna wear with, it's gonna bother me, so I'm gonna try to make my life a little bit easier. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more, I have a playlist in chronological order of this project. If you were interested in that, I would love to also have you subscribe. And don't forget to like this video on your way out. I'm also on Patreon. If you want to find me there, you may. And remember to follow your hote, and you will find me. I appreciate you so much for watching today's video again. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Guys, it's the 21st. I only have 10 more days. Is that right? Oh no. Okay, 10 more days. So I just finished filming today's video, and I realized I only had 10 days. So I mentioned this in another video where like I am 2 days ahead. So I will be filming the video for the 31st on the 29th. That means I have 2 additional days where I could double post. I just wanted to go through my drawer real quick, my eyeshadow drawer, and like count things out. Let's not forget that my Gucci palette sits on my vanity, but during messmas it's been kind of overshadowed. So we're starting with 1. So I hope I only have 10, but I don't think that is the case. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I could definitely go up to 12 without doubling up. That's a lot. Okay, let's think. So it'd be really easy to pair this, because this is all matte shades. It'd be really easy to pair this up with something. It would also be really easy to pair this up with something. So I think let's try to condense it down to 10. So we'll do those 2 together on one day. Also, this could easily pair with something. So now I have what? 1, 2. That gets only 1, 2, 3. There's the Gucci palette up there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make the call to. I'm gonna remove the Lethal is Dead from the rest of the project, only because before this project started, I had used this a couple of times, making sure I knew my thoughts and feelings on it because it was the last thing I bought before my no buy. So I have used this enough times. So I'm going to remove it. I'm not decluttering it. I do like it enough, and I like that I can pop these out as singles. So that's what that looks like in case you didn't know. But yeah, I like that I can pop that out as singles. Unfortunately, this is the reality of things, everyone, right? The reality is that I have a lot of makeup. And the whole thing was that this is proving to me that I have too much. So I do still want to try to get through as many as I can, but we're removing Lethal is Dead. We might remove something else. I'm just gonna flip you back around. That brings us, what, down to 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Technically, I can do that because if I'm double posting, I really don't want to though. That's the thing. I don't think any of these can double up either. What I'm gonna do is remove also the Grand Pro from Viseart. This is all mattes, which is fine. I mostly have this palette to pull these when I'm making my own palette or color story because I really like the quality of Viseart. I know how I feel about them. Like I haven't used all of them, but that was the purpose when I brought it into my collection, is so that when a palette comes out and I'm inspired by it, instead of buying it, I'll be able to use these. I will also remove that. That brings us down to 11 because I really only want to have 10 more days and be done with messmas recording a couple days before the new year to kind of give myself a little bit of rest. This is turning into a little bit more than I bargained, a little more than I bargained for. So we have those two. We're down to 11, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if you recall, the mirror fell out of this. And that really just, that makes me not want to use it. I hate to declutter this. I bought this year. I actually like the quality of it. We're going to have to do like a last chance on this. But I think what's smartest for me is that I kind of want to use it because I want it to get a better feel for it. I think this might be the smartest move to do. I'm going to remove this Viseart palette as well because I do like the quality of Viseart and I already know that, so I know how I feel about this. So I'm going to remove this from the category. I'm going to use this with the Gucci palette. The Gucci has a purple in it, but it's not as impactful as this purple. And I think that to get this used and have it applied to my face, that's what I want to do with it and use that in lieu instead of the purple that is in the palette. And then I have this blue. That would probably go really well with the Muerte palette. And then I also have this Sigil from Pat McGrath. You know, we probably could use that with Victoria Beckham and figure something out there. And then I also have all of these glitters. Okay, I think that the Metropolis palette has some orangey shades in here. And I think that this orange shade would go, yeah, it would go. I think I can figure out how to use those together. I think that the pink glitter could easily go with this Pat McGrath palette, so we're gonna do that. I have a blue, the Muerte. Oh, that blue with this on top. Shut up. Okay, we're getting somewhere. All right, we could do a pink glitter lip. Maybe. I can use this on my lip product when I use Midnight Sun. Oh, here we are. It does suck that I'm having to like force these. Okay. To try to use them. I think just like glitters, there's like a time and a place for them, but I gotta call it. Okay. So I'm removing these from the drawers. I'm a little bit sad that I wasn't able to like make that happen. But looks like we have everything planned out for the rest of the time. Looking forward to playing with everything. Hopefully we can... There are some things specifically in this group that I think can go. We will see though. Okay, bye friend.